So if you have any type of anxiety disorder, this is a habit that you have to get away from in order for you to recover, especially when it comes to my health anxiety folks, those of you that deal with heart anxiety, cardiophobia, panic disorder. A lot of you tend to get into the habit of constantly checking vitals, and today we're going to just isolate heart rate checking because that was one of my personal go-tos. It's a bad habit. It holds you back. It keeps you back from recovery. I just want to be honest with you. I don't want to sugarcoat in this video. If you continue to do that, you will not grow. You have to think about it. When you check your heart rate nonstop throughout the day, what are you really trying to do? What you're trying to do is you're trying to get some reassurance, right? Or you're trying to make sure that you're safe. Or you're trying to see if your heart rate's too fast, maybe you should go to the hospital or the doctor, or schedule something or whatever, call an ambulance. And you think you're protecting yourself, basically. That's essentially what it is. You think that you're protecting yourself by doing it. But I'm here to tell you, if you've been told by a doctor multiple times that you're healthy and you haven't been ordered to check your heart rate, you don't need to be checking your heart rate. All it's going to do is hold you back, all right? And then when we're talking about health anxiety, heart anxiety, cardiophobia, guys, you need to understand this. This is coming from somebody that suffered for 5 years, had multiple panic attacks, had cardiophobia, heart anxiety for 2.5 years, all right? And fully recovered. This was something I had to leave behind. Now, it's a bad habit. Whenever you stop checking your heart rate, you got to understand you're going to feel uncomfortable, just like anytime you quit anything you're addicted to doing or you have a habit of doing. You've made it a regular routine to check here, okay? So if you find yourself doing this, it's okay, you're going to slip up this week. Tell yourself, no, I don't need to do that, right? If I'm trying to accept that I have anxiety and that I'm healthy, I need to show my subconscious that I have anxiety and that I'm healthy. Because all I'm doing when I do this is I'm sending a mixed signal to my subconscious. See, the subconscious is like, I thought you said this morning that we accept anxiety. Why are you checking your freaking heart rate then? Right? And then we wonder why we don't get better. We wonder why the heart doesn't slow down. We wonder why our other symptoms don't go away. Because we're making it a problem. We're putting our focus, our negative energy into these individual symptoms. And checking your heart rate is a perfect example of this. If you have a watch that keeps up with it, first of all, those things aren't even freaking accurate. Most time they're a disaster to have if you have health anxiety. Give it to somebody, sell it on Amazon, sell it on Facebook Marketplace. Hell, I don't care if you go out there with a hammer and smash that thing. Do it. Do it. You do not need to have that. And if you want to hide it yourself and put it away or say, I don't need to use this, I still bet my money that you're going to go get it out of that drawer and use it, okay? It's almost like being addicted to alcohol and having a 12-pack hidden in your closet. Whenever you're desperate, and you will get to that point where you feel your heart rate going up and you're going to want to check, you're going to go find it and dig it up. So you got to give it to somebody else and tell them to hide it, or you got to smash it, or you got to sell it, okay? And I've coached a lot of people, and there's been a certain few individuals that did not like it whenever I told them that. But I'm here to tell you the truth. You want to know how to recover from heart anxiety, health anxiety, panic disorder, you got to stop checking the vitals. You have to show your subconscious that you don't give a damn about how fast your heart rate is. Now, as far as heart rate, what are we talking about here? For me, and everybody's going to be different, right? I know some people have had heart rates like 120 to 130, and they tell me that's super high and they're scared. I had heart rates all the way up to 160 to 180, okay? And whenever I was at rest, it'd be anywhere from like 95, 100, all the way to like 120, 125, sometimes even higher. All right, that was like every day for me, 4 years. And my heart is still healthy, all right? And I'm not telling you that you don't need to keep going. You need to get your initial reassurance, get checked, go to a specialist by all means. Good news is most doctors will, when you go to them a few times, they will recommend you to go to a specialist, get all the testing that you need, and then you got to move forward with acceptance. But you're not going to be able to fully let go and fully accept anxiety if you keep freaking checking your pulse, okay? So put the fingers down, get them off your wrist, okay? And I don't know if you're like me, unfortunately, I got so hypersensitive and so focused that I could almost tell my heart rate without even putting my fingers up here. And they didn't have fancy apps or watches or anything back then that would keep up with your heart rate. But if you have any of those devices, please get rid of them and don't know where they're hidden, right? Like, don't ask where they're being put, okay? And it's gonna be a little bit uncomfortable. You're making a change. It's going to be uncomfortable when your heart rate gets up and you're going to want to check, but I'm telling you, it is necessary, especially if you have health anxiety or heart anxiety, because what are you trying to do? You're trying to accept that you're healthy, that anxiety causes this. Not only are you trying to accept that on a conscious level, you have to get your subconscious to believe that too. And if your subconscious is 95% of you and it believes that there's something wrong, how do you change that with 5%? over and over and over again, you do the right things, right? You're consistent, you're patient. You got to be consistent with not checking your heart rate to show your subconscious that it's not a problem, okay? So if you're dealing with this, you're not alone. It was a bad habit for me. I did it all the time. I'd try to play it off cool in front of people like I wasn't doing it or hide it. I'd do it while I was driving in the car. And again, like now there's just these fancy watches. You can just act like you're looking at your watch and you can check your pulse. So get away from this bad habit of anxiety. It's only gonna hold you back. If you made it this far in the video, I want you to go down below in the comment section. I want you to put "end bad habits." End bad habits. If you have the heart anxiety, the health anxiety, the panic disorder, that's my bread and butter. That's what I primarily suffered from whenever I was going through my anxiety disorders, okay? So if you wanna know how I recovered 110 freaking %, yes, fully recovered, panic attack free in almost 7 years, okay? Haven't had a panic attack in close to 7 years. So when people tell you can't recover from the health anxiety or the panic disorder, give them the hand, talk to the hand and move on, all right? Because my boy Trey Jones did it, and I did do it, and I wanna help you. So if you go down below in the description, in the first pinned comment, you're gonna see my coaching program, but you're also gonna see Elite Anxiety Bootcamp. Get that, it's my step-by-step process, my blueprint on how I overcame anxiety 100%. I'm basically gonna hold your hand the whole way through that process, and then you get to take it out in the real world and start applying it. So guys, be a part of that if you haven't. Reviews continue to come out, lives are changing. I want you to be a part of that. 4 people have gotten into it just today, so it's starting to catch fire, all right? And I want you to be a part of this momentum, all right? But I love you all. There's other things, online therapy, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook groups, Twitter, Snapchat, all down below in the description, so check that out. I love you guys. There is hope. I did it. You can too. Please like this video if you got some value. I hope you got value out of this. A little bit of tough love, but still, there's value with tough love sometimes. And again, leave me a comment. Let me know if you struggle with this. Subscribe if you're new. Be a part of the family. Until next time, guys, keep fighting. I love you all.